Mr. Secretary, let me come back to you. In talking with Kansans who either have been deployed or are in support of folks who have been deployed, I am under the impression that there has been a particularly high, especially early in the operation prior to the ceasefire, particularly high amount of concussive activity, and that we might be well advised to be prepared when folks come home for concussive injuries, for combat-related PTSD, perhaps at levels we aren't expecting, at least those of us watching from the outside of the operation. Can you say anything either about that in particular or more generally about what types of health and post-combat related health injuries we ought to be preparing for when folks come home from this operation in particular?
Well, I know, Congressman, all of that is tracked very closely. As it pertains to this budget, there's $70 million for more research on that. But I would note that as it's tracked and identified, also 90% of those with injuries in this conflict have returned to duty. But that doesn't mean there couldn't still be a lingering effect, which is noted and will be continued to be tracked throughout.
And can I follow on that? I appreciate that answer very much. With respect particularly to Guard personnel who have been deployed, and when they come back, they return to their civilian roles. They may be in communities far from a military post. They may be in communities that don't have dedicated health care services, that may be particularly focused on concussive damage or post-traumatic stress damage. Is there particular thought on things we ought to be doing to prepare to serve that population when those men and women come home?
I think the biggest one is identifying it up front, doing that testing up front to identify what has occurred, and then the ability to track those service members. I know as a frontline leader that became part of my responsibility as well, tracking those who may be more susceptible to it, whether they have a formal network to address it or not. So definitely something we care about. TRICARE, ensuring they have increased access in places where there aren't military facilities is an important part of it.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. We care as well. We want to be helpful in that front when our folks come home.